When putting the injectors back in, make sure you get new copper washers. I don't know if you can see on there. I'll see if I get it in focus. It's got little tiny nicks in it. These were brand new, like I said before, the engine's done less than 10 mile. Little tiny nicks in there. That could be enough to let diesel leak by. For the sake of a few pennies, you've got to order a head gasket anyway and other bits for whatever you're doing. Order them at the same time. It can save you a lot of hassle in the long run. Leaking diesel and losing compression or whatever. So yeah, I'll go and get the I've got some new ones of them. I usually keep a bit of a stock of them, actually. I buy them in bulk. So I'll get some new ones of them. Make sure you clean the holes out where the injectors sit in, and make sure you clean the injectors themselves. Make sure that the main bit is that surface there that needs you need to make sure that's clean, because obviously that's where the copper washer sits, flush on there. Make sure the bore's clean where the injector sits in, and I'm sure I don't need to film doing that. You know, if you can't clean that, then there's how have you managed to get this far? But yeah, I'll get them, drop them down in the bores, make sure they're sat flush on the bottom, then slot the injectors in. So, right, I'll go and get them washers. Put the washer down, double check, make sure it seats. I can't get the camera in. Right down in the bottom, make sure it's sat flat. Then just slot your injector in. Make sure that's sat flush. Get your bowl with your bolts in. I'm not gonna tighten these up until I've got them all in. I know they're all sat in flush. Just finger tight. Lock washer. Where's my nut gone? It's in there somewhere. But it was in there somewhere. I've got everything in magnetic bowls. The nut was in there. I had another bowl, didn't I? Has it gone in that other bowl? Let's have a look. No. Ah! Slippery little sucker on the floor. So we'll get that in. Finger tight. And the other three are just a repeat of that. Fairly straightforward. I'll speed you up. That's them tightened up and all on. Next job, exhaust manifold. We'll get that. Gasket on. Gasket's on there already. You know what? It helps if you're not a complete div trying to put it on upside down. Might fit a bit better now. Come on, there we go. Yeah. Your brass nuts. And just hold that in place. Make that one up. I'll put one on the other end. Get that, then intake manifold. Get everything into place before you tighten everything up. I'll just get one on there just to hold it. I'll just put lock washers on just to help out a little bit. Right, then you can go around. You can't really see much there. Tighten all them up. Just get them all on hand tight first. Go around, put them all on, and then just go around and tighten them up. Don't hammer tighten them up. They don't need to be super tight. So obviously with the heat, all these bits swell up. You don't want to stress something. So I'll get on with that. I'd stop filming there for a minute. The rain come down. Couldn't hear yourself thinking here. I've got corrugated plastic roof on this. It was originally a carport. It makes a right racket. But we've got the manifolds on. I've just slotted the rocker cover on to just because I had a slight leak on the roof, so I slotted that on to stop water getting in. Next job is I'm going to plumb these. If I get you on the video, let me spin this camera around, and then I'll be able to show you. Right, next job, I'm going to plumb these injectors in. They're all tightened down. Try and tighten them down evenly if you can, a bit on each nut, so make sure they go in square. So we'll put the pipes back on, put the spill pipe back on, and then it's change the oil, double check everything, just go round, have a quick look, make sure we haven't missed anything. I will spin it over a couple of times by hand again as well, just to double check. What we got? Temperature sensor wire. That one going on. Don't forget, I'll show you in a second actually. Don't forget that oil pipe on the back. Yeah, you don't want oil spewing out everywhere. So I'll speed you up while I get these on. It's fairly straightforward. Reverse of taking them off, can't go wrong. I did take them two pipes off completely, so I'll put them back on. And just make sure everything's hooked up where it should be. So I'll get on. Right, I've done a bit of, it's all back together now. I didn't film all the putting it back together, it's pretty much a reverse of taking it apart. In my earlier videos I went through everything, telling you how to take things apart, and it's just the reverse of that, so I thought there's not much point boring you stupid with putting it back together again. And I did another compression test, and it's come up the first run, cylinder 1, if you can see it on there. I'll bring it up, scruffy bit of paper. Cylinder 1's the same. Cylinder 2 is up 15 psi now to 395. Cylinder 3 is the same, and cylinder 4 is now up 10 psi. So that's all good. That's literally just from relapping the valves in. I don't know whether the oil in theory the oil in the cylinder should have put the compression up. So there's none in there now. Well, very little in there. There's a slight smattering on top of the piston, but it'll burn that off in no time. And we're ready for a start. I've changed the oil. I've topped the radiator up, so we're ready to start now. I've gone through, I've spent 5 to 10 minutes, and I've gone through and I've just checked everything. I've gone around, make sure I haven't missed anything, there's no bolts that are loose, make sure I'm pretty methodical when I go through, making sure I tighten everything up anyway. So all that's done and sorted, so I shall put you on the roof of the Golf and see if it'll start. It'll no doubt smoke a bit when it first starts up. Like I said, there is a bit of oil still on top of the pistons. It'll burn that off. I haven't bled it yet, but this was pretty good. It doesn't normally. I haven't undone the pipes going to the pump, so the pump shouldn't need bleeding. It's just up to the injectors, and it usually kicks that through pretty quick. What else is there? Oh, there's still a bit of oil inside the exhaust manifold, so it's got to burn that off yet as well. But yeah, we've done the oil, done the water, everything's tight, battery's on, good to go. I'll put you on the roof of the Golf so you can actually see, and we'll get it fired up, hopefully. Right, got it wrong. Take one. Give it a bit of heat plug. she's still smoking like a trooper. Good, fuel pumps aren't installed at the out. The oil because it's not stinging my eyes. See what we've got. No oil lights on. Body panels are rattling a bit.